Alright, people, is HTML. And what is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. We use HTML to structure web page. HTML provides the basic framework for organizing and structuring content on a website. We also use HTML to display content on a website. It defines elements like heading, paragraph, images, and links for browsers to render. It also helps us integrate media contents like images, videos, and audios into web pages. Looking at all that HTML is used for, you can tell straight away that HTML alone is not enough to create a full functioning web page. So what other technologies do we need? We need CSS, which stands for Cascading Style Sheet, which add colors and beauty to the HTML structures on a web page. We also need a programming language like JavaScript to add interactivity to our web page. If we compare a website to a building, then HTML will be the skeletal structure of the building. The pillars, the concrete, and everything that forms part of the skeletal structure of the building would be the HTML of a website. While CSS will be the internal and external decorations of the building. This includes painting and everything that makes the building look beautiful. Then we have JavaScript, which adds functionality to a web page. And with the building, it will be something similar to like elevation from one floor to a different one, or turning switches to on and off lights in the building. So with these three technologies, namely HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, congratulations because you've just made a full functioning website. Now that we know what HTML is and what it is used for, why on earth are we still not writing any HTML code? And that's probably because we need some tools to actually start writing HTML code. So what are they? We need an IDE for Integrated Development Environment or code editor. Here are some popular ones. We have Visual Studio Code, Sublime Text, and Atom. I will go for Visual Studio Code because it's kind of the industry standard. We also need a tool to run our code, and that's a browser. We have some few examples here: Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Edge. But please, you don't have to use Internet Explorer in 2024. My favorite is Google Chrome, which I believe you already have. So in this course, I'll be going with Chrome and VS Code. The latter, I'll show you how to set it up. To download Visual Studio Code, head over to code.visualstudio.com or search VS Code by any search engine. This is the home page of Visual Studio Code, so I can download here for my operating system, which is macOS. But you can go to the download button over here, and here you can choose for your operating system. You can choose for Windows if you are using Windows. I'm on Mac, so I'll choose for my operating system. So when I click this, it takes me to the next page and automatically it starts downloading. Once the download is complete, I'll just go to my downloads folder and launch the bad board. Yes, I trust the developer and I want to open it anyway. Now you're welcome to VS Code. First, we want to download an extension called Lifesaver. So you hit the Explorer panel. The Lifesaver extension updates the browser with any changes we make to our code whenever we save. It re-renders the code in the browser whenever we make a change to it and save. So in the search box, we'll search the Lifesaver extension. Lifesaver. And this is it, the first one. It has been downloaded by 57 million people. So we install this one, the first one. The current version is 5.7.9. So you install this one. I've already installed it. To be sure that it's successfully installed, we can clear this from here. And once you look through my extensions, you'll see Lifesaver here. So it's successfully installed. So we can clear this over here and also close the Explorer panel. Now we are going to be writing our HTML code in files, which will be packaged in a folder. So before we start anything, let's create a folder. You can create it anywhere, but I'll choose the desktop. So you can give it any name at all. I'll call it HTML. So back to VS Code, we'll go to the Explorer panel over here. Explorer, you see open folder. So you trace the directory of the folder. It's on desktop. And this is it, HTML. So you open. Now you can see our HTML over here. The folder open at this side. So inside of it, the first icon here is new file. The second one is new folder. So if we want to create a file, we'll create it here. If we want to create a folder, we'll do it here. So the first thing we want to do is to create a file. We'll call it index.html. This index.html represents the home page of our website. You can name it anything, but be sure that it has the .html extension to tell the browser that this is an HTML file. So now we can close the Explorer. We've been here for long, so we don't need a welcome. So we can click it out. To start writing our HTML, we first need to distinguish our HTML file from every other text file. And to do that, in an angle bracket, an exclamation, in caps, doc type, with space, and in lowercase HTML. Then we'll close the angle bracket. This to tell the browser that this text file is not Microsoft Word, it's HTML file. After this, let's define another angle bracket, opening and closing. Inside, we'll type HTML. Let's create another angle bracket, opening and closing. Inside of it, we'll write HTML again, but before then, let's type a / before we write the HTML. Like this. This opening and closing angle bracket with a text in it is referred to as a tag. And each tag is defined by what text is written between the angle bracket. So you can tell this is an HTML tag. So you'll be writing a lot of text in HTML. The opening and closing tags are different in the sense that the closing tag has this / before the text inside of it, but the opening one doesn't have. In each opening and closing tag, we can have some items in there. It can be another tag or a plain text like hey there. The opening tag, the content, and the closing tag is referred to as an HTML element. The HTML tag is what houses every other element on the website. So this HTML tag is the main container of the website. It is mainly divided into two sections, a head and a body, which is probably not what you're thinking. So we define a tag for the head, as always, the closing, then one for the body after the head, for the closing, the /. So what is the head and what is the body? The head contains information about the website, which is mostly not rendered on the website, while the body has information that are displayed on the website. So everything that is displayed on the website is inside the body. An example of information that we can have about the website is the title of the website. So in the head, we can have the title of the web page. So we'll create a title tag, opening and closing, and inside the title, so the closing tag. Inside the title tag, here we can write the name we want to give our website, the title we want to give our website. Let's say new website. So the title is one of many informations that we can have about a website. And in the body, we can write anything we want to see on our web page. Let's say we want to write a text. Hello there. To run this code, we'll double click on the page and you see open with Lifesaver here. You click that option. It opens the website in a browser with the text here, hello. We also have the title of the website, new website, at the top here. The Lifesaver extension automatically opens the website in your default browser. But if you want to change that, we have the manage icon here. If you don't have it, then you go to file and select settings. So I'll go to manage and settings is here. Under settings, I'll choose extension. Under extensions, you'll see Lifesaver config. Then under it, you'll see custom browser. So you select the browser you want to use. I'm using Chrome. Once that is done, we can close out of the settings. We have just typed the HTML boilerplate code manually. We type everything character after character with only one title element, which is the header. VS Code has actually made it easy for us to generate the boilerplate code without typing much. For that, we just have to type exclamation and hit tab. So let's clear this. Type exclamation and hit tab, and it generates the boilerplate code with more header text now. Now we have the boilerplate code with more information. We also have our title, which we are most interested in. So we can write our new website again. We have the language, we have the character encoding, which you don't have to worry about. We have the title, and here in the body, we can write our code as we did previously. So we can say, hey there. Then we can double click again, open with Lifesaver. In the body, we can add some more text. My friend, let's say, how are you? How are you? When we save this, You can already see a problem. All the statements I made were supposed to be separate statements, but they are now on the same line. My code formatter realized that all this is supposed to be on one line because they are not separated by anything. They are not in different text. They are all just text scattered on the website. So as you would expect, the browser renders it the same way. It doesn't separate our statements. So to deal with this, we have to put all these different statements in different texts for the browser to be able to tell that all these statements are different. They are not the same. So we have to put all these statements, the three statements, in different texts as we want them to appear, just like this. This has already been a very lengthy one. So in our next section, we'll be talking about the various HTML texts that can be used on the website. So see you in the next session. Thanks for watching.